Former and current Chuck E. Cheese workers, what are some of the worst things to happen to you while working? It was a Saturday afternoon, peak chaos hour at Chuck E. Cheese. I was 19, working the floor shift, which meant bouncing between cleaning up spilled sodas, helping kids figure out how to use the token machines, and occasionally dressing up in the Chuck E. suit if the regular costume guy called in. The place smelled like pizza grease, sweat, and those weird industrial cleaning wipes we used on the game consoles. I was used to noise, screaming toddlers, beeping machines, birthday songs every 15 minutes, but that day managed to get loud in a way I hadn't experienced before. We had 6 birthday parties booked that afternoon. 6. The tables were crammed together in the corner by the animatronic stage, and parents were trying to stake out territory like it was the last helicopter out of a war zone. One of the parties was for this kid named Dylan, maybe 5 or 6 years old. He had on a little paper crown and a red cape. His mom brought in her own cake, which wasn't unusual, but this one was a full tiered cake she'd made herself. She told me about it when she came in. 2 layers, chocolate on chocolate, Spider-Man theme, hand-piped icing webs, everything edible. I remember because she was really proud of it. She set it gently on the table like it was a wedding cake. Everything was going fine until about halfway through the party, when some kid, no clue whose he was, launched a slice of pizza across the room. It hit the side of the skee-ball machine and slid down like a cartoon gag. Then another slice flew, then a handful of popcorn, then a juice box. It turned into a full-blown food fight in less than 10 seconds. Kids from 3 different parties were involved, and the parents either weren't paying attention or were yelling at each other over seating arrangements. I was trying to dodge Capri Suns while running for the cleaning closet when I saw it happen. Dylan, the birthday kid, picked up the entire cake, his entire Spider-Man cake, and hurled it. Not at a kid, not at a wall. At Chuck E. Our Chuck E. that day was Marcus, this super chill college guy who didn't say much but loved putting on the suit. He was mid-dance doing that dumb happy birthday star dance routine they make us memorize when the cake hit him dead center in the head. Chocolate, frosting, fondant Spider-Man. It exploded like a grenade. Kids screamed. Marcus staggered backward like he'd been shot and stumbled into a table. The head almost came off, which would have been a disaster, but he caught it at the last second and rushed off stage. Dylan immediately burst into tears. "I didn't get my cake," he wailed, chocolate on his fingers, frosting on his shirt. He was inconsolable. One of the managers came over with a backup cake from the kitchen, a plain white sheet cake with happy birthday written in blue gel, but it just made him cry harder. "That's not my Spider-Man cake!" Meanwhile, Dylan's mom had vanished. I noticed her purse and phone still on the table, but she wasn't anywhere nearby. I figured she might be in the bathroom, and after a few minutes, went to check. She was in the last stall, sitting on the closed toilet lid, crying silently into her hands. I didn't know what to say at first. I just stood there awkwardly. Eventually, I said something like, "Hey, sorry, I just wanted to make sure you were okay." She didn't look up. She just said, "I stayed up until 3 a.m. finishing that cake." That's when it hit me. She hadn't just made the cake. She'd poured herself into it. It wasn't about frosting or fondant. It was one of those things a mom does because she wants her kid to feel special. And it lasted less than 30 seconds in a room full of screaming kids and flying food. I stood there quietly for a while, then told her I'd try to save some of the cake decorations. Maybe the plastic Spider-Man topper was salvageable. She nodded and wiped her eyes with a paper towel. Back on the floor, Marcus had taken off the Chuck E. suit and was wiping chocolate out of the mesh eye holes. The cake was a total loss. The fondant had splattered onto the stage curtain, and some of it had somehow made its way into the lighting rig. Dylan eventually calmed down, mostly because his dad gave him 500 tickets and let him blow them all on cheap plastic toys. His mom came back out after a while, cleaned herself up, and rejoined the party like nothing happened. But she didn't look anyone in the eye. The party wrapped up, the tables cleared, the birthday song looped on. Just another day at Chuck E. Cheese. But that one stuck with me. It wasn't the food fight. It wasn't even the ruined cake. It was the quiet way she cried in the bathroom, the way no one noticed.